It wasn't even talk about, are we still going forward? It stopped, slammed on the brakes. Y'all in rebuild mode right now.
Right.
No doubt. Well, we could talk Chris Webber for an hour if we want to here and avoid.
But it's an interesting
obvious,
contrast to where it is right now.
It is. But to your point, I still think that was the most gut-wrenching trade the Kings ever made. But this is right up there, no doubt about it. High Flyer, first chance to get your thoughts. What's your thoughts on what went down?
I actually been trying to mull this all over because everything happened so quick.
Yep.
And I just had two questions before I even start thinking about what happened because, like I said, this situation is unique. My first question is, did De'Aaron and his group request a trade? Or did they hear through the grapevine that Kings were shopping him?
It's the chicken or the egg, right?
Well,
yes.
As far as we know, that he did not formally request a trade. But when your agent or you let it be known through the media that you're probably not going to re-sign, it's basically the same thing. But technically, I take him at his word that no, he never actually formally requested a trade.
So this is my thing. When it hit the media, because it had to go one or two ways, because everybody was like, well, De'Aaron didn't know about it. De'Aaron didn't know about it. And I'm like, what do you mean? Because I'm under the assumption that, like you said, De'Aaron and his group is pushing this narrative,
right,
trying to force the Kings to trade him. But they're saying, okay, well, De'Aaron didn't know. So I'm like, okay, was it a situation of the Kings were shopping him, and then all of a sudden Rich Paul and their crew got a word of it, and now he knows, oh, you're being shopped? Because, see, it's two different things when you're a player. Because, see, I've been traded before, and I understand the situation.
Who'd you get traded for?
No, I just got traded. I didn't get traded for them. I got traded for cash.
Okay. Now, let me back up. That was the most gut-wrenching trade in Kings history.
There it was. Because it's different when it's just because, you're on a team. Trade rumors is flying left and right? Everybody's in a trade rumor. So it really don't hit you that bad, and especially if your guys are throwing it out there. But if you're on a basketball team and you're giving it your all and you're trying to help this team win, then all of a sudden you look on your phone, it's like, the Sacramento Kings, they trying to trade me? What? Oh, no. I mean, it's just a whole different side when y'all trying to trade me and we got to play Philadelphia in about 15 minutes.
Yeah. Let's say it went down the way you said it did. Okay. Let's just assume, and not that you're saying that, but let's just hypothetical that it was the Kings who kind of started the conversation. De'Aaron found out afterwards. But
okay. I'll roll with that first.
Okay.
I salute De'Aaron 150% because I'm telling you, when you find out a team don't want you no more, it's kind of hard to go out there and give your all for this club that don't want you and ready to get rid of you. Right. I don't care how professional you are. It's hard to do that. As much as you love basketball, it's in your mind that I might not be here tomorrow. Mm-hmm. I mean, it really is. I'm just going to keep it 100. It's
also
in your
hard
mind.
on teammates, too, right? Because they don't know if they're going to get traded.
Let me tell you something. It's hard on everybody in the locker room now, Whitey, because if you're the head of the snake, right? Because like I said, trade rumors pop up all the time. Herder, Monk, I mean, from all the way down. Trey Lyles, everybody has been put in this trade calculator, right? Mm-hmm. So now all of a sudden, let's say you are a Sabonis or a Monk, you feel like you're untouchable. I just signed. I'm untouchable. But then all of a sudden you hear, they come out moving Fox?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, nobody's untouchable now. And now everybody's up in arms. Okay, well, what is it going to be like? Because they're going to have to make some Herculean moves to move this dude.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody can be in this trade to move him. So now everybody's wondering, okay, when is the next brick going to fall? Mm-hmm. So, and now, guess what? You got a game in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
You got a game in 15 minutes, and all of this fog is in that locker room.
No doubt. Now, in the bigger picture, even in that scenario, are we to think that De'Aaron was never thinking about possibly going to San Antonio and wanting to play with Wemby?
No, some truth about it. There's some truth to that. Now, you know what? I wouldn't say De'Aaron had to say this is where I would like to end up, mm-hmm. because that's where, Clutch Sports and Rich Paul and this dude just runs the league. Now I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, it had to be some truth to that because that's what what Paul and the group put out there.
I mean, is it possible the Kings strike one? He didn't re-up on the contract. Now we understand financial reasons made a lot of sense not to, obviously.
Yeah. No alarms went off at that point.
But then strike two, you hire Clutch Sports and Rich Paul.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't want to get to strike three, right? Yeah. I mean, is that as simple as maybe as it comes down to?
Well, I think strike three did hit. They fired Mike Brown. Right?
Yeah.
And, and you have to look at what this dude has been asking for. He wants to win, right? So we went out and we got him DeRozan. All right. Made some moves, kept Malik Monk. The team went out. They tried to win. They still short. Right. So he studied saying, look, I want to win. And now all of a sudden we're kind of like stalemate on, are we going to bring somebody else in here to change this thing around? And De'Aaron's looking like, this is my 8th year, about to be my 9th year. And we still look like we're in the same spot.
Yeah, and then when he also publicly, before the season started, said, well, I don't know if I want to re-up. When he went public with that, then all of a sudden, you really knew that the alert level was at least at orange.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Whitey, and basketball is like this too. I mean, it has been our lives ever since we've been little boys. And especially for a person like De'Aaron, he's always won. Everywhere he went, he's won. So it's tough to come to a situation to where you lose at some particular point because basketball is going to come to an end. You're not spring chicken no more. Basketball is going to come to an end, and everybody wants to be a winner.
You know what he told me in Drapes on Media Day? He said, I have more time than tomorrow, but I don't have time to waste.
That's it.
Exactly what he said.
Everybody wants to be a winner. When you think about it, even in the game of life, you're like, well, I didn't see more Christmas days than I'm going to see in my future. I'd have been here for a long time and time is ticking.
All right, let's break down the trade. What do you break in the trade itself?
Let me say this. I am on the Zach LaVine bandwagon. I like Zach. Zach's a hell of a player. He is. The only, to say, snippet, I would say, no, the only snippet that you can really, in my mind, just say, okay, well, if you want to nitpick, is the age factor. Zach might be he's a little bit older than De'Aaron, but Zach is still an all-NBA type player. He's still an all-star.
He's having a great year, maybe his best year.
Yeah, the dude still can play. Now, when you think about it on this level, okay, well, the Zach and Debo thing didn't work in Chicago. They broke that up. Is it going to work here?
They had some success there. They went from like 31 wins to 46.
Yeah.
There were other factors, but you're right. I mean, ultimately, they didn't even win a playoff series.
Yeah, is it going to work here? Even though you got different players and everything, but, pound for pound, like I said, you didn't lose too much as far as scoring, rebounding. All those numbers, you could definitely say, okay, Zach's here, De'Aaron's here. You didn't lose too much. The main thing about it is that you kind of lost on the age category.
And you just didn't get anything back really from San Antonio. You get Zach LaVine, but from the Spurs, you got not much.
Nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're being honest about it, right?
A 2031 first rounder
from
Minnesota. That might be something.
2031 is so far out to me.
I know.
It is something.
I know.
It is something. I shouldn't discount it that much, but it feels like
Scott, and
nothing.
it's crazy when you look at just these two trades alone. Yeah. It's very rare, and you know this, right? It's very rare when you can trade all-star for all-star.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you really don't get that.
You're right.
When you lose your all-star player, you usually get a 6-pack of beers from Sunflower Seeds back.
No doubt. Yeah. I think, Zach LaVine's been on the Kings wish list for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So the opportunity presented itself now to go get him. They tried to sign him. I know you talked about this in the Drive Guys earlier. They were unable to do so because Chicago matched the offer.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Now was their chance
to
get them. So Zach LaVine, I think, is a really good player. I don't have an issue so much with just getting Zach LaVine back. I think the Kings had to move De'Aaron. Just like I felt like the Kings had to move Mike Brown with what happened right up to that point. I felt the same way. Here's the thing I feel the worst about is that the Kings have been building with De'Aaron being a franchise player for 7+ years, right?
Right.
I mean, not trying to go too far back, but do the Kings draft Luka if there isn't De'Aaron? Okay.
Probably. Yeah.
Do the Kings trade Tyrese for Sabonis if they're not building for De'Aaron?
I think they would have traded Fox then if they could have.
Then maybe they would have.
Yeah,
Maybe they,
yeah.
Also, one of those things where Indiana said, no, not that guy.
Well,
I want
money.
this guy.
It was the money.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Fox was making so much at the time, and he wasn't as good as he is now.
I understand that. But I think what's really throwing a lot of fans off, because we all understand this. We all understand this is the business side of basketball, and it ain't always pretty and shiny. We know that. I think when it comes down to the fans are wondering, Fox was our guy, but how do you have a guy that you're just willing to turn on just that fast? Just that fast, like click. Oh no, we want to go in a different direction. What happened? What happened to where 1 minute everything on the scoreboard is De'Aaron Fox?
He's a face of your franchise.
I mean, for the last couple of games, every trivia question was De'Aaron Fox, number 5, right. Kentucky. It was all over.
But
it was all over like that.
But that's assuming that the Kings turned on De'Aaron Fox.
But
right?
I'm not saying they turned on De'Aaron Fox.
They turned away from him.
I'm just saying, when did the mantra change to where he is our franchise guy to, wait a minute, we're willing to move him?
Right. Yeah. But that's, again, to the point.
And it changed quick.
But that's to the point when Rich Paul came out and said you would be better off trading him sooner than later. Right? Maybe that was the moment.
But that was after it hit the internet saying that the Kings are accepting talks. Like I said, I want to know which one came first.
Exactly. It's the chicken or the egg. We don't know the answer.
Back and forth just beneath the surface from the two sides, and it's impossible unless you're behind closed doors to know what the truth is.
Let's throw this out there.
Yeah.
Now, we got a tale of two different donkeys here, right? De'Aaron Fox stuff was all in the media before he actually got traded. Oh, well, this is where he wants to go. This is what Rich Paul is saying. The Sacramento Kings are accepting offers, yada, yada, yada. When the Luka Doncic, Anthony Davis thing hit, it was like, boom, that's it, it's done. This is what happened. Which way is the right way?
Quiet is better, but the big difference is it was quiet because it was the Mavericks and their GM saying, I want to trade him, but I don't want anybody to know. And in the Kings case, it's the player saying, I want everybody to know.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
And also Rob Pelinka and Dallas's GM, Kevin Nichols, is that right? Rico. Yeah, thank you, Nico. Yes, they had a relationship for a long-standing time with Nike, right?
Come on now. Let's call it what it is.
Kobe relationship.
You got to be boys. It's good to have friends.
Yeah.
Okay, that trade was the most egregious trade since the last time the Lakers got over and sent Kwame Brown for Paul Gasol.
And also, and again, we won't know. We can only take things for how we learn it. But do we 100% believe that LeBron found out at dinner after the game?
Come on, bro. Clutch Sports is running this.
Okay, that's my point.
And it's a couple of other questions I can ask with that too.
Right.
But are you sure you're just now finding out? No, because your agent is running it. Of course you know.
Yeah, I kind of feel that way too.
How about this on why, De'Aaron wants to go to San Antonio. We know his wife has family there. Yeah. But Clutch Sports, why would they want De'Aaron to go there? Well, because he's our client. He wants to go there. But there could be more. I know some people have suggested there was talk that they were trying to get BI to San Antonio. He's also a Clutch Sports guy. Some say, oh, well, Wemby is not a Clutch guy. So they want to surround him with Clutch guys so that maybe when Wemby's looking for an agent, he'll become a Clutch guy.
Right. And honestly, if you look at what San Antonio has now, they have a lot of young firepower.
Oh, yeah.
A lot.
Thought the Kings might get some of that, Henry.
You know what? I thought so too, Whitey. Like I said, I'm not going to cry at what we got, I'm warm, but I'm not fluffy. I'm warm, but I'm not fuzzy, fellas.
And again, we've got 3 days left until the trade deadline finishes. Maybe that's not the end of it. We'll see.
Right.
We'll see what happens on that front. But if you're Darren Fox and you're looking at it, I've got a chance to play with the future best player in the league and the all-time greatest coach of all time. Is that a tough sell? Is that a tough sell?
You know what?
You always say, don't ever bet against black.
It's not.
You say that all the time.
It's not a tough sell when they have probably the most revolutionary player in this decade in Wemby, right?
Yep.
You go into a Hall of Fame coach as Popovich. You know some other players are going to be there.
Yeah.
And then the wife's family is there.
And you get to play with HB again.
And he's an hour away from there in Houston.
You're from Houston, an hour away.
Yeah.
It's win-win for him.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand. And then, of course, Clutch Sports knows this, I'm pretty sure, but San Antonio can re-sign you for what you want.
Mm-hmm. He's going to get the max.
They can re-sign you for what you want.
Can't get the Supermax anymore.
No.
But
they can sign you.
Yeah. That was interesting, too. Once it became apparent that the Kings, well, he wouldn't be eligible for the Supermax, then all of a sudden he seemed more anxious to go to San Antonio. I don't know. I don't blame him one bit.
No, I mean, it's business.
Yeah.
And that's why they say, you can't mix business with pleasure because your feelings get hurt. And when your feelings get into this, because I always look at it like this, when a team trades you, it's business. When a player come out and say, I want to be traded, it's personal.
Mm-hmm.
And feelings get hurt. Teams trade players every day.
Isn't it interesting, Henry Scott, dear listener, that the 3 teams involved in this deal were the same 3 teams involved in the DeMar DeRozan deal coming to the Kings? Same 3 teams.
It's good to have friends.
The other piece of it, of course, which we're not talking about a lot, but they did move Kevin Huerter as well. Okay. Which overall is something they needed to do, right? They needed to clear that space. The Kevin Huerter deal, which worked so great in year 1, just hasn't worked the last couple of years.
I mean, that's the log jam that they had in guards. Okay, you remove De'Aaron, you bring Zach, you still got a log jam of guards. Somebody had to go. And if you're going to get rid of one player, you get rid of a guard because you really don't want to get rid of the rookie. You still want to see what he has to offer.
Right.
Right. You got Malik Monk, right?
Yeah.
We still got a couple of guys down in the G League. We still even took a good look at. We still got Kobe Jones, the rest of those guys. So, yeah, Huerter was the guy that had to go.
We talked to Stacey King today. He's probably a friend of yours. And he was saying Zach LaVine has been guarding and defending threes this year.
He's long enough.
They play like 4 guards, so he's been having to guard up. So he can do that. But clearly the Kings still need some wings, right? They still need a little size, maybe a backup center.
Haven't done anything about front court help at all.
Yeah.
I mean, that hasn't been addressed because if you look at our starting lineup right now, it's still Malik Monk at the 1.
Yep.
You're going to have Zach at the 2. Debo going to be at the 3.
Yep.
You're going to have Keegan at the 4, Sabonis at the 5.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing really has changed as far as rim protection, rebounding, size in the middle, being able to hold down the center of the court. None of that has changed.
Are you saying 70 rebounds for Minnesota tonight? Is that what you're trying to tell
No,
us?
because Nas Reed might not play.
That's true.
And Julius Randle's out.
And Ant-Man may not play either.
Right.
Ooh,
So-
are we walking into a situation like that?
Possibly. They're questionable, which we know.
DiVincenzo's out too, right?
DiVincenzo's out for sure. I know that Ant-Man and along with
Nas Reed.
are questionable because of illness.
Yeah.
So
See,
we'll get a full
Randle
update on
is
that.
out.
Yes.
And this is what really turns up the volume on these games for the Kings. Because it's a game to where you're not going to see Minnesota sorely undermanned like this again.
Right. They
And you
lost
gotta
to
get it.
Washington at home on Saturday.
And you
nights.
have to get it, but understand, we just had the same situation in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good conversation to kick things off. We've gotten to the break. We can take it. Game Night's being brought to you by Power Business Technology. Experience for yourself how the Power of Family can help you with all your business copier needs. Give them a call today, 1-844-POWER-BZ, or go to powercopiers.com. If you want to join the program, you certainly can. Give us a call, 1-800-920-1140. You can text us 916-339-1140. It's Game Night right here, Sacktown Sports 1140.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
And now a brief history of the garage door. Garage doors could date back to 450 BC when chariots were stored in gatehouses. Here in the States, they became a thing, around the start of the 20th century, as I recall. And you could find a float-over door in a catalog way back in 1906. National Garage Door has been around since 1974. They are family-owned and operated, so you can trust them to solve any garage door issues you may have. Squeaky door, malfunctioning door, or a need for a new door, which is what prompted us to give them a call, 916-638-4554. At National Garage Door, here's the thing. Service is their number one priority. I've witnessed that commitment in my own home, certainly in our garage. National Garage Door sells quality Rainer-branded garage doors. They are the region's BSE, broken spring experts. So if you have a garage door that looks and sounds like it dates back to 450 BC, National Garage Door can help, whether it's a garage door tune-up, repair, or replacement you need. They'll take care of you at National Garage Door, 916-638-4554, National Garage Door.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery. One of the most common questions I receive is what makes us different from other law firms. At Gingery Hammer and Associates, we handle your case from beginning to end. Whether your case reaches a settlement, whether we need to file suit, or even take it all the way to trial, we will be with you along the entire way. And because we are committed to you and your case, we are as invested as you are in making sure you get the outcome you deserve. If you have an injury, just call Gingery.
Sherry, what have you done to your hair?
What do you mean? Does it not look good?
It doesn't look good. It looks freaking amazing. I can't believe how thick and healthy it looks. Oh, I must know your secret.
No secret. It's hair volume from New Nordic.
Hair volume, huh? Well, it certainly lives up to its name. Your hair has never looked so thick. It is gorgeous.
I was so tired of having thin and brittle hair. Ugh, and the shedding. So I figured I'd give hair volume a try. Needless to say, I'm thrilled with the results. Hey, where are you going?
I'm going to pick up some hair volume right now. My reunion's next month, and I want my hair to look as good as yours.
Hair Volume is the best-selling hair tablet in the world and one of many award-winning natural health products from New Nordic, the #1 supplier of dietary supplements in Scandinavia. Purchase at newnordicusa.com or your local CVS. Available as a tablet or delicious gummy. Help your hair look full, voluminous, and beautiful again at newnordicusa.com or CVS.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit. 800-301-4422. 800-301-4422. 800-301-4422.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Coach Christie here with the winning play for you. Shop Folsom Lake Kia right now for low payments and zero down deals with approved credit. Go see my friends and upgrade your ride today or shop FolsomLakeKia.com.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. Call 800-887-1010. 800-887-1010.
Ooh, ma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs. You sound very calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees. Ooma. Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
Bombas makes the most comfortable socks, underwear, and T-shirts.
Warning, Bombas are so absurdly comfortable you may throw out all your other clothes.
Sorry, do we legally have to say that?
No, this is just how I talk, and I really love my Bombas.
They do feel that good. And they do good, too. One item purchased equals one item donated.
To feel good and do good, go to bombas.com/radio and use code radio for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com/radio and use code radio at checkout.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm meteorologist Heather Waldman in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Wet and windy on Tuesday. Rain will be heavier than what we saw over the weekend, so expect some ponding on roads and wind gusts to 45 miles per hour. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and the KCRA app.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Your local sports leader in the 916.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sacktown Sports 1140.
Oh, I like it. Little peaches and earth.
That's too much.
So we go from
come on,
we go from Kendrick Lamar
cut
to
that off,
peaches
man.
and earth now.
Cut that off. That's too much.
I
That's too
like
much.
it.
Ain't nobody in love around here, bro. Cut that off.
Hey, this was Damar. He's the one who put it out on his social.
That's right.
Huh?
Damar, he put it on his social about LaVine coming.
Yeah.
Reunited, and it feels so good. Ramsey's all on top of it, High Flyer.
I mean, it's a whole lot of other buddy songs I could have picked besides that one.
But that's the one DeMar picked.
I'm just saying, we ain't in love now.
Welcome back into Game Night right here, Sacktown Sports 1140. Game Night is always brought to you by Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. Check out their full line of vehicles at mbfstockton.com. High Flyers here. We've got Kevin here as well. We've got the entire crew. Thanks for sticking with us for the hour. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
We've got phone calls. We promise we'll get to a couple before we get done at 4:30. Kings Live pregame coming up. Then following up from our discussion before, let's get to the point now. Okay, the Kings, they're not folding it in by making this move. They're still trying to make a run. We know they don't have the height inside. We'll see if they make another move. Can this team, High Flyer, can it make a run? Can it make a playoff run by getting to the playoffs?
You know what? I still think they're going to need some more help, Scott. I mean, I really do, because like I said early on, almost Zach LaVine, De'Aaron Fox, that's pretty much a wash right there. You know, both of them played the two, shooting guard, both of them scored, could play a little defense, but it doesn't do anything about the big holes that the Kings have. The rebounding, the size, the shot blocking, the rim protection. It doesn't change anything in that aspect right now, unless they go out and get somebody else that's going to come in and get that done.
You're right about all of that. The one thing it does change, though, Kevin, it changes their three-point shooting. It should be better.
Yes. Now. Yeah, that definitely addresses a need. And one thing that I think a lot of the national media is just missing by a mile, totally airballing on all this. And I'm with you, High Flyer. They do need to bring in some wings. They still need to address the size issue. But a lot of people, we just talked to somebody today. It's like, they need a point guard now. And the national media apparently doesn't watch the Kings play.
I'm like, huh?
And I heard Ryan McDonough last night. He's a former GM. Well, I don't know what they're going to do at the point. Maybe Malik Monk can play point now. It's like, he's a good point guard.
Have they been watching?
I don't think they have, Henry. I really don't think they have.
Why? We went on a 7-game road streak for this team.
I know.
Somebody had to see something and watch how Malik Monk has been playing since he's been put in the starting lineup.
Yeah, he's not just a guy that can play point. He is a good point guard.
He is the point guard.
Yeah.
De'Aaron wasn't handling the ball anymore.
Correct.
The ball was in Malik Monk's hands, initiating the offense.
And the other thing that Stacey King told you, Kevin, was that Zach LaVine in his first year played point guard.
Yeah.
So he can handle it a little bit here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he can play 5-10 minutes, and Keon can play some points. I mean, they've got enough to cover it, I think.
Yeah, but, the synergy between Malik and especially Domas, you don't get that with anybody else.
Thank you. You won't get it with anybody else. And not just Domas. Malik Monk definitely facilitates for Trey on the side and Keegan in the wings. He's very adept at running that high pick and roll, and the cool thing about this now is that they definitely have all 31 flavors, because Malik can get to the basket, score over bigs. Sabonis can pop and knock down threes now. So you got to give up one. You're going to give up one of those three, and Malik's good at finding all three of them.
Yep. Defensively, it'll be interesting.
Oh, I have nothing to say. I'm out.
Man. Say one side of the ball, he's all in. You go down to the other side. Yeah, y'all go ahead and do that. I'll be back on offense when you come back.
All right. Let's take a couple calls. We've had a lot of people calling in here. Grant, welcome into Game Night. How are you, my friend?
Good. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great. What's your thoughts? What's your take?
Hey, so my take is I'm just wondering what the plan is with the bench. I like to consider, or I guess look back to like the 2002 season and think about all the great bench players.
The bench mob.
Yeah, exactly. So I think we have that starting 5, but where is the bench going to come from? Do we take these picks that we got, this plethora of picks, and maybe try to get like an Ingram or something, like someone with some size or some height at least? Where do we get this bench from?
Grant, great question. What do you make of the bench? Obviously, the one thing they didn't get was any extra players, right? To complement, to fill out.
It sounds like the deal for John Collins was very close to happening last week. That doesn't mean it will happen, but it sounds like it was close. Plus, now you got so many second rounders in the DeMar DeRozan, in the De'Aaron Fox deal. Pardon me. I know some of the centers that are available supposedly are only going to cost maybe a couple second rounders. I think they have the draft capital now and the wherewithal to go out and get a wing, maybe 2 wings, or a wing and a backup center. I think,
and the trade exemption too.
Yes.
Okay, Waddy, what was the John Collins deal?
I don't know exactly what it was, but I talked to Draper about it today, and I know John Collins was asked about it because it was believed to be so close. He was asked, were you informed about it? He said, no one told me, but it sounds like it was close, and it came down to maybe protections on picks. So we'll see. I think there's reason to think that they may be close on something.
John Collins was a name that all of us has been throwing around really heavy because I think he's a guy that can come in.
I still want Cam, but whatever.
The main thing is that, okay, if John Collins comes in and he's going to be your stretch 4, is he coming off the bench or is he starting?
Well, that's why I prefer Cam, because Cam has come off the bench. Well, Collins has too. But Cam has been a really effective 6-man. But to answer your question, I don't think he starts.
So basically, Keegan still holds the 4 position, and then John Collins comes up. Okay,
what do you think?
Right. No, I'm wondering. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm fine with it because it addresses 2 of the problems. For me, it's a 2-in-1 type thing.
Yeah,
you get another big.
Either one of those guys would be.
You get a stretch 4, and you get somebody that's going to come off the bench that's going to give you something.
Right.
All right.
Not a lot at the defensive end.
That's
whatever.
True. That's true.
Boy, you stay on the other side, don't you? You do not cross that line, do you?
Well, it'll be interesting to see with Doug and his focus on defense, and with Zach, who's not known for playing great defense, how that'll work.
But he's very athletic. So
he is.
An athletic guy should be able to be a good defender, right, Henry?
You should at least be able to be a team defender. Even if you're not a great one-on-one unball defender, I'm sorry, if you're 6'6", 6'7", with the wingspan of a 747, you should be able to be on the string with the next guy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get to Ken. Ken, welcome into game night. Thanks for your patience holding on. What do you got?
What's up, gentlemen? I just want to say this. Sacramento, man, we need to be happy with what we got, man. I believe in LaVine. I believe LaVine is going to bring, like, High Flyer just said, it's a wash, you know what I'm saying, between the 2 players. Just age got to do with it. But other than that, man, I think our team's going to be solid, man. We just got to be positive in Sacramento. You know what I'm saying? Have positive energy, man. We already got rid of our head coach. We had to deal with that. Now we got to we got rid of our star. Now we got to deal with that. Hey, Sacramento, just be positive. I think this energy, man, is like, it's kind of unbalanced. You know, some people are happy, some people are not happy. Hey, man, let's get on the board and just be happy and balanced, man. I'm happy with it.
I love it. All right, positive Ken. I love it. Remember positive Dave?
Yes.
We've got positive Ken now. Positive Ken. What do you think? I am kind of excited to see Malik and Zach in the backcourt together. I think that's going to be dynamic, especially offensively.
I don't think that the camaraderie between them is going to take very long. I honestly don't think so, because Malik shares the ball too much. I don't see Zach being ball dominant, because he's definitely a 2 guard. He's a guy that can come off screens. Where I want to see Zach and the rest of this team get down at, I want to see these guys in transition. Because, see, Zach can hit the 3, but I tell you what, that dude could finish at the rim too.
I want to see somebody that can come off on the DHO and knock down the shot, not just get a good shot where we all go, wow, that was a good shot, everything but the bucket. Somebody who actually comes off the DHO, gets the ball, and makes the shot. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah. I mean, he's one of those guys. And like I said, and he's one of those guys that can finish above the rim. So shoots free throws at a decent clip.
Yeah.
Like I said, I mean, you lose De'Aaron Fox and you bring Zach LaVine in. It's not too much. Like I said, it's not too much that you're missing at that particular point. We still haven't addressed the bench, though.
Yeah, but it's just the emotion of a guy like De'Aaron Fox, who's that iconic. He's gone. For some fans, they're going to take a long time to get used to that.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
No question.
No doubt. I mean, really, we thought the Tyrese Halliburton thing really stung.
Yeah.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
And right now, I'm just speaking strictly about the fans. Fans love Fox.
Yep.
You know, Tyrese Halliburton, they loved him too, but he was only here for a year.
No doubt. 10, 15 years from now, do we see the number 5 retired in Sacramento?
I hope
maybe.
so.
Maybe. Should.
The numbers would indicate he should be.
Should.
If you just look where he's at, he's top 5 in points, assists, steals.
I mean, think about it. I mean, if you look at what we have up there already, yes, he should be there.
Yeah.
All right, we've got to take the break. When we come back, we've got to talk Luka and AD a little bit. We've got to get to the injury report for this game tonight as well. There is a game after all.
Yeah.
Kings are finishing up the road trip, the 6-game roadie in Minnesota. We'll talk about that as well. Game night being brought to you by the Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Sacramento. If you're looking for something to do in this community that would benefit the life of a child, I'm telling you, Big Brothers and Big Sisters is a great organization. They are looking for volunteer mentors to help children outside the home. Give Big Brothers Big Sisters a call, 916-646-9300, or visit bbbs-sac.org to learn more about it. More of Game Night right here, Sacktown Sports 1140.
The Sacramento Kings play here.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead.
Get your Kings fix all season long right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings. Sacktown Sports at sacktownsports.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-301-4422, 800-301-4422, 800-301-4422.
Serious accident. You deserve the law offices of Jeremy Winter. 877-637-3237. Jeremy lost his mother in a car accident and knows firsthand the pain caused by tragedy. That is why he became an attorney to fight for others who are going through a tragedy. If you've been seriously injured in an accident, you deserve more. You deserve better. You deserve Jeremy Winter. 877-637-3237.
The good news? Now that you've lost the excess weight, InShape Fitness is here to help you maintain your new look with everything from fitness classes to full-length mirrors to admire your new self. We are InShape. You are ready. Join online today at InShape.com.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter? Right? And the best part? They accept Discover. Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer. Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times. Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants? These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the Scratch Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch. I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Welcome back into Game Night right here, Sacktown Sports 1140. Scott Marshall on with the High Flyer, Henry Turner. We've got Kevin Gleason here as well.
Hello.
We appreciate him sticking around for Game Night.
Special night.
It is a very special night, no doubt about it. Kings and Timberwolves, there is a game. We've broken down the trade. We've got to get you the Gingery and Hammer injury report for tonight's contest. If you're ever in an injury, just call Gingery. The Kings, they will not have Zach LaVine tonight. Hopefully, he'll be there Wednesday. We'll find out. I heard at least by Thursday at the latest. But boy, it'd be great to have him.
He's got to travel here, then
and he's expecting a child. Is that right as well?
Take a physical and expect a kid.
I believe so.
Wow.
He already he just had
okay.
Okay. So we'll see if he's here Wednesday night, but he won't be in a Kings uniform tonight. As for the Timberwolves, we know that Dante DiVincenzo is out. No Julius Randle. We're still awaiting the verdict whether the Ant-Man's going to play and Naz Reid, both listed as questionable. We know that's 50-50. So we'll find out more in Kings game or Kings pregame live coming up here at the bottom of the hour. But again, it's a game the Kings need to get. I mean, we haven't talked about it at all. It's been a dreadful road trip so far, 1-4. We know what happened in Philadelphia, Oklahoma City. It's a Minnesota team that's obviously been playing well, but was dreadful Saturday night without their key guys. I mean, they lost to Washington for God's sake, at home.
And this is be the fourth time you've played them, and they've beaten you 2 of the 3 previous times. You've also got, you look at the standings, and you've got this game coming up. Then you got Orlando, but then you got Portland after that.
Right.
And Portland's playing better. Also.
They are.
Portland's play well. And the thing that I'm the only one that is
and
bothered
Portland
by this,
beat us there this year.
Yeah. You just made this trade with San Antonio, and they're all excited. They're right behind you in the standings.
Right.
They just got De'Aaron Fox.
You know what bothers me with this is that, okay, I understand the Kings, they're not saying, okay, we're ready to blow things up, we're ready to regroup. They still want to go forward right now. But here's the problem, all right? No De'Aaron Fox tonight, right?
Yeah.
So you're going in against Minnesota. No De'Aaron Fox. That's a huge loss for you. All right. Zach is not going to be in the lineup no time soon. And then once Zach gets into a Kings uniform, now at this particular point to where you have no equity, you have no chance for, okay, well, oops, we dropped a few because you did drop so many early on. You're going to have to wait for some camaraderie to kick. I mean, it's very rare that a guy gets traded mid-season and come to his new team and just start balling out and everything just clicks. You're going to have some hiccups.
Well, last time Jay Crowder's first game was in Minnesota, and the Kings won that game.
There you go. You see? It's that easy.
Easy as that, huh?
He hasn't played since. But
I was going to
left it all out there.
I would say always. But is Jay still on the roster?
I believe he is.
Okay.
We'll have to check. In our remaining moments, we have to talk about Luka and AD. I mean, that is, on a national level, the biggest trade maybe in league history. I don't know where you would rank it, Kevin, but it's one of the top 5 trades of all time.
Yeah, it's probably number 1.
Yeah.
I mean, I was looking through a list of them today thinking, well, there's got to be one that's bigger, but I couldn't find one, Henry, if I'm being honest.
Hey, the number 1 American heist. The LA Lakers just straight robbed and got this young man. I mean, come on, man.
Really? You think it's that one-sided?
Think about this.
Yeah.
Think about this.
If you can see the look Scott just got.
I get that every show, so I'm numb to it.
I'm not saying, you know what? AD is a great player.
Yes.
AD is a great player.
Yeah.
But AD is a guy that he's up there in age.
Yeah.
He's questionable about how many, how long he's going to play.
Yeah.
He definitely got about 20 suits that he wears to the games. He's going to be on the sideline for a while.
Yeah.
Right? That's why we call him Street Clothes Davis. And now you got a guy in Luka Doncic that really is almost the face of the league.
Yeah, true. The international face of the league, for sure.
almost internationally and the States, is the face of the league.
Yeah.
He's young. His ceiling is very high, and you get up off of him. I mean, Dallas knows him better than anybody else. Yeah. It has to be something going on with Luka to where it's not in the public, and Dallas is like, we don't want to give him $300 million.
Yeah,
it's something, man. Don't know what it is, but it's got to be. Come on, man. It has to be.
Yeah, that's why everyone was so. I mean, no one thought it was real.
Now,
Nobody thought it was real.
Now, check this out. I understand the Lakers because the Lakers, they got to move on from LeBron. All right, and this guy is the next heir. You know, the Lakers got to take care of that TV contract. All right, they got to keep must-see TV rolling on.
Yep. They got the face of the team for the next 10 years.
Exactly. So that's the reason why they're making the move. They're definitely not making the move saying, "Oh, we're going to win a championship with Luka right now. Get out of here." Ain't gonna happen.
It'll be interesting to see if the Lakers make a move before the trade deadline too, because obviously their roster is totally imbalanced. But as it pertains to Dallas, AD was belly aching that he didn't have a center. Well, he's got plenty of centers around him now.
Right. What about the rumors that there was some tension between AD and LeBron? I don't think it came down to that, but that's one of the things that's being thrown around.
You know, I wouldn't doubt it. I'm not going to say it's tension between LeBron and AD, but I would think that LeBron would have something to say. It's like, you know, we're not getting there with AD. It's not happening with just AD now. You know, and to get a guy of that magnitude, would you give up AD for Luka? Oh yeah, he loves Luka. He's publicly came out and said he thinks Luka is the next best thing since sliced bread.
Can LeBron be the guy to get Luka in shape?
No. I mean, I'm sure that's the hope, but I don't think so.
Okay.
In shape, and can they coincide with the same team? Because I done seen Luka come down and have the basketball in his hands, and he does some things that I'm like, oh my God, okay, he Luka Doncic, he can get away with it on his team.
Right.
Now, when do you guys think LeBron James is going to give up the reins and say, okay, Luka, this is your squad. You do what you want to do. I'm just going to be over here to help.
And that's the other part. How much longer will LeBron play now with Luka there? Will it affect his decision at all?
Well, I know when Kyrie went there, I didn't think that would work, and it worked. So,
But you know what? And I know why it worked. I had long talks. The reason that worked is Kyrie Irving is the one that said, okay, I'm here just to help.
All right, we're short on time. We just have a minute left. Who's more likely to make another move before the deadline, the Lakers or the Kings?
I think they both will.
If they want to get better and keep climbing, they both have to. Not because they want to, they have to.
All right, we're going to talk more about that on Wednesday. We'll have game night then. But, of course, coming up next, it's Kings Live pregame. Kevin, thanks for staying along.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. High Flyer.
Yeah.
Always great to work with you. Have a great call tonight.
Yes, sir.
All right, Kings Live pregame's coming up next. Jason Ross is here for that. G-Man will join. He'll have the call tonight in Minnesota. Kings and Timberwolves. Yes, there is a game. And yes, the Kings are looking to get their second win on this road trip, try to finish out 2-4 before Zach LaVine joins them, hopefully here in Sacramento on Wednesday. Minnesota, a team that lost on Saturday to Washington. Kings Live pregame coming up next. Keep it here all evening long. Sacramento Kings basketball right here on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Breaking Sacramento Kings news. De'Aaron Fox has reportedly been traded to the San Antonio